our main goal today is to get the motor out of this diesel rat rod. When we were at the UCC, I think we revved the motor out, sprayed it with a shitload of nitrous. We had these tires on it, so it spun on the track really hard. So there could be a lot of things. It could have been a push rod, turned a valve, put a hole in the piston, broke a ring, threw a rocker arm off. We're not really sure what happened. It's got a miss in the motor. There's something wrong. This motor does have a little wear in it from all the trips to the desert and all the stuff that we do with the car. It's been in here for, I think, 3 or 4 years now. So it's time to freshen it up. So we're gonna get this motor out, find out what's wrong with it today, first of all. In the meantime, Cash is over here putting together another 12 valve. And this block's already all machined. It's got 20 over marine pistons in it. We've got these 14 millimeter ARP studs in it for the main bearings. This is set up for a stud girdle, which Cash is going to put it on there right now. You'll see him kind of stick that on so you can kind of see how that works. So this is all get glued in right here. This will get torqued down. This basically reinsures the bottom end so the crankshaft doesn't come out or walk or move around. It keeps it very solid inside of here. So holds the block together so the block don't break. There's a lot of reasons for this plate actually. So this has got the Carrillo rods in it and 20 over marine pistons in it. This motor's set up for probably, this bottom end set up for 1,500 to 2,000 horsepower. So we're hoping we can get a bunch out of this one. So we'll see what happens. It'll take 150.
I gotta do that like 6 pounds.
First thing that we got to do is basically pull the radiator out of this thing, drain all the fluid, get the grill shell out of the way, and then move to the inside to the tunnel, pull the tunnel out, and start taking the motor apart from the transmission. So we have to do it inside of here, then we should be able to pull the motor out. But then first we got to get all these turbos off, get everything out of the way so we can get the chains on it and pull it out. So it's a little bit of a process, but we'll get her done. Okay, so we got the radiator of it, the grill shell out of it. Wires disconnected to the headlights. Now it's time to get in the back here and probably start taking the tunnel out of it. I need to get the battery disconnected so I can disconnect the alternator wires and basically start taking all the wiring and pushing it back here, pulling it all off the motor so we can just pull this thing out. interesting guy. You talk to me. Hey. Okay, so we got the cylinder head off the DRod motor here, and we did a little bit of inspection on the motor, and you can see on the top of the piston right here, it's pretty rounded out right here. Like this piston's been beat on pretty hard. And what happened originally was, when this car was originally built, when we did it on TV, the guy that was building the intercooler, I'm not going to say any names, when he hole sawed the hole for the intercooler, he left a piece of aluminum inside the intercooler, okay? And then welded on the piece that we needed to hook the hose to. What happened over time, it sucked it down through the intercooler, pulled it in, it got hot enough to go past the valve. So what happened was, it went past the valve, it went into the motor, okay, and it sat there and just beat on top of the piston. Well, one time we cleaned this piston back up, put the head back on, and we've just been running it since. That's a great thing about a 12 valve, is you could just, I mean, if it didn't make 120 pounds of boost, it probably would have lived another 50,000 miles easy. Anyway, in that process, what I think happened was, this is actually the cylinder that it was bad in. And I don't know if you can see it right here, but if you look right there, you can see that there's like a little hole right there. Okay. Well, what I think happened is, when that piece of aluminum came through and went inside, it damaged the valve already. And then when we took it to the UCC and raced it and sprayed a bunch of nitrous at it, it got so hot that it just burned out the little corner right there. So believe it or not, that's enough right there to lose a lot of compression out of your motor. So right now we're just basically at a standstill. There's nothing that we can do right now, because now I need to take the cylinder head in, get it tore down, put some new valves in it, clean it up. I might as well go through the injectors while I'm at it and make sure that everything is good to go. Okay, the good thing that we got going for us is all the push rods are straight. We went through them. I thought for sure either we threw a rocker off the motor, or one of these push rods got bent. And a lot of times what happens, if there's any slack in there, these will come down and they'll hit it sideways, like right here. Instead of being in here, it'll hit like this and it'll bend it. But everything looks good. All the rockers look good. All the push rods look good. So on this part, we're okay. Unfortunately, it's more internal. So it's gonna need, this motor's been in the desert. It's made a lot of hot passes. I mean, when you're running 120 pounds of boost, full throttle, this thing's probably making 1800 degrees. I mean, aluminum starts melting at 1400, so it takes a beating. And when you damage the material, it just makes it weaker and easier to melt. So that's what we got going on. We just got some damage on the motor. It's time. We've been through the 5-finger death punch video with this motor. I've been in the desert for a lot of our TV stuff, maybe 4 different times. So it's ate a lot of dirt. So luckily, it's time. It's time to pull it out. We got some good drag race events we want to go to. I want to have the motor fresh. So we're going to clean it up, get the cylinder head put back together, put some nice valves in it. We've got a block right here set up with Carrillo rods already in it, the marine pistons. It's ready to go back together. So we'll get the bottom end together, get it buttoned up, but in the meantime, we got to get this cylinder head chipped off. Hey guys, make sure you like and subscribe to this video, because it'll give you notifications to follow up on what we're doing. And there is going to be a part 2 to this video, so we're just running out of, we just don't have enough stuff here to finish it today. So anyway, make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you guys later.